Previously
on Avatar.
I did a video a few months ago in March talking about a character that I thought would make Saitama acknowledge his greatness, and that character was the Platinum Sperm. Now, of course, Saitama is the main character, the One Punch Wonder, and even though there are a lot of characters that are very strong in the series, the fact of the matter is that there's nobody right now like Saitama. When push comes to shove, he dusts off that old fist and he devastates. And it's a glorious sight to behold. Monster bloods and guts everywhere. You love to see it. Absolutely you do. And if you don't, then A, stop lying, and B, why are you here if you don't enjoy the spray and just the splatter of all those glorious green guts? However, he's not gonna fight every character in the series. It is what it is. And even though he did not fight against Platinum Sperm, I argue in that video that Platinum Sperm could make Saitama acknowledge his greatness in the same vein as Lord Boros. Lord Boros, powerful. Saitama, you are strong. And then ultimately, Lord Boros, For this video, I'm going to talk about another character that could potentially make Saitama acknowledge their greatness. And that character is the Homeless Emperor, one of the few characters in the story bestowed, quote, divine power by God.
God wills it. God wills it!
Before terminating his own existence, God touched down and gave him these disgustingly powerful light orbs, seemingly an endless amount of energy in the palms of this homeless Chad. And we know now exactly what they are based on Goro getting the power of God in chapter 165 of One Punch Man. Nuclear fission. In that same chapter, Psycho says, wait, those are the same thing as Homeless Emperor's spheres. So we're talking about the power of nuclear fission in Homeless Emperor's disposal, and he can fire an endless volley of these things at will. So Homeless Emperor is disgustingly powerful when it comes to the amount of energy he can output. We know that these things, just at a baseline, are powerful enough to eviscerate a tough human body via Zombie Man. Zombie Man can regenerate, fair enough, but he is a pretty tough individual physically. But nonetheless, his head, his body was getting just blown to bits regularly when they first fought each other inside the association around chapter 106. And we can also kind of tell that these orbs of light, these divine nuclear fission orbs of devastation, they have an installed pay-to-win system, courtesy of Yahweh. When Homeless Emperor is asleep, in theory, these things could sense danger and protect him. Zombie Man has a bullet that comes out of a gun from his chest, like a surprise attack from very, very, very close range. But these nuclear fission orbs of devastation automatically block the bullet for Homeless Emperor in that chapter, and this completely just throws off Zombie Man. So Homeless Emperor, even though he himself, we see him for the most part like direct the orbs of light, these things can still act independently. But the horrifying truth was that when we see Homeless Emperor go outside for the first time in chapter 141, around that chapter, he is now allowed to cut loose as on high God from the moon watches. And what we see him do is,
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
When he is outside in open air, he is a scary individual. He didn't want to cave in when he was inside the Monster Association, but when he was outside and he unleashes a gigantic spirit ball size orb, and then Fury King Ugly is about to get clapped, has to get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
As Child Emperor seemingly gets eviscerated into nothingness. And the key thing here is that this attack was so powerful and stretched for so long that every S-class hero that was like in that line had to avoid it. There is not a single S-class hero that could handle the Homeless Emperor potentially outside of Tatsumaki, her greatness, and of course, Blast. Could Bang just sit there and just take that disgustingly huge orb of divine nuclear fission energy? No, I don't think so. Everyone that was in that vicinity had to dodge, and there was no exceptions. He has the potential to unironically one-shot the vast majority of the S-class heroes. And then when Black Sperm sees this, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Huh?
You
What the
talking
fuck? Normally, juggling balls are for kids at circuses. They're fun. They're cool to look at. If you can juggle, you're fun on TikTok. But hold up, though. This guy right here is kind of crazy. For a man that has holes in his Nikes and lice in his hair, there ain't nobody scarier right now than the homeless emperor. And on top of that, we see against Tatsumaki, he can make so many of these orbs, they can become their own Aurora Borealis. And he is keenly controlling all of these orbs to follow Tatsumaki as she's trying to avoid, and she has to make a double of herself to avoid the homeless emperor's Aurora Borealis, his symphony of Jupiter, in chapter 143, around there. So attack power wise, he's disgusting. In terms of stamina, there is no issue, because the power comes directly from God. When he has to deal with the bio-brawly Fury King Ugly around chapter 149, he just points, boom, straight line bombardment, and it's a unending volley of orbs. He then follows that up on all the samurai cats are still alive with an extreme carpet bomb barrage, and then while that's all going on, the next time we see him in chapter 151, he then proceeds to make a bigger fireball orb until Atomic Samurai cuts it down with the Sun Blade. So once again, when it comes to his energy output, he is phenomenal, and he can control the amount of heat, temperature at will, but it's hard to control that while he's continuously attacking as a volley. And of course, the most glaring issue with Homeless Emperor, it's the fact that he is a regular human without the orbs. Now, you could argue, in theory, that Homeless Emperor is going to die at the hands of Atomic Samurai in chapter 151, or around there, if not for the actions of Golden Sperm. But you could also argue that the fact that the Golden Sperm felt like it was warranted to protect Homeless Emperor and not attack him immediately could be indicative of the sign that Golden Sperm is not on the same level as Homeless Emperor. Furthermore, given the automation of his own defense system, the orbs, in theory, could have come in there, tried to defend Homeless Emperor in the nick of time, or he would have, let's say, gotten slightly damaged, maybe even gravely damaged, but actually died to the attack of Atomic Samurai. And we have to remember this too, is that Atomic Samurai could get that attack off or get the Sunblade out because his disciple and Spring Mustachio were stalling for him. If not for that, then Atomic Samurai couldn't have drawn that Sunblade in the first place. And how good he is with that Sunblade out is really hard to tell, but he could be like really, I mean, he is really damn good. He did cut off the arm of the Golden Sperm. And this one is a bit, he's probably maybe correct. He may be gassing himself a little bit too much here after King controlled causality and made this dude like a fool. In chapter 153, he does tell Zombie Man, hey, if you didn't know, even though the Platinum Sperm is good, I'm still better. Now, I said before that if Platinum Sperm fought against Saitama, Saitama would acknowledge the power of Platinum Sperm. If Homeless Emperor's words are true, and he's not trying to OD gas himself, right? Then based on that and that alone, by default, Saitama would also acknowledge the power of Homeless Emperor. But of course, the reality is that for Homeless Emperor, it's an easier task, because once you get past all of his orbs of light, of nuclear fission, then one good shot to the stomach by Saitama and he's out, end of story. Then again, to be fair, that applies to like almost every character in the story. But the fact of the matter is that he is a regular human physically, and that is ultimately his main weakness. Nonetheless, let's say in like a hypothetical situation where you have a Saitama versus a Homeless Emperor, and let's say Homeless Emperor destroys like the entire area around them, some crazy volley, like does the crazy spirit ball, he does a focus fire disgusting Kamehameha wave, and then Saitama's blown back God knows how many like dozens of miles, and then all of the rocks in the mountain area just eviscerated. He's like, okay, hold on, whoa, that was pretty damn good. I mean, Saitama, of course, obviously. Ultimately speaking, I think you just have to respect that infinite energy, quote infinite energy, and just the sheer amount of destructive power he has. Psycho said before that if Homeless Emperor and Black Sperm team up, nobody could beat them. And in some sense, with a few exceptions, I do believe that. I'll end the video by saying this. If he fought against someone like Lord Boros, or let's say he fought against someone like Blast or Tatsumaki, I think he is for sure giving these cats a run for their money. Even though in terms of actual physical raw speed, he ain't the greatest, those orbs are they're just too damn good. Automatically, versatility, power-wise, they're just too damn good. And they have to be respected because, of course, they are the power from on high. And that power always has to be respected. But hey, that's where I stand on this topic. Let me know where you stand on this topic by, of course, leaving a comment in the comment section down below. Without a doubt, make sure to rate the video if you enjoy boys content, subscribe to the channel, and click on that bell to join the notification squad. I'ma catch you cats on the flip side.
See you. Bye bye.